Lights have gone out. Sarah Franz. Dan Henshaw. Outside of him is Neil Caldoulis. Rick Hazelgrove is inside the third row, and outside of him is Joel Berkeley. That's the front 3 rows as the lights go green, and the 20 lapper is underway. Chris Pagel leads them into the Pagel's corner for the first time, and can you believe it? He's turned it around. Neil Caldoulis brings on a yellow one. I tell you what, folks, you might wait another lifetime to see that happen again. Don't count out car 2, even at the back of the field. Final of the SSAE and Botcha Race Parts Mountain King Series for Production Sedans. Sarah Franz versus Neil Caldoulis. Dan Henshaw versus Joel Berkeley and Rick Hazelgrove. Have a look at him head to the top corner. Up high, it's Neil Caldoulis, but he can't get by. Sarah Franz is the race leader. Down low on the track is Daniel Henshaw. To the better, Neil Caldoulis. Up high, Joel Berkeley, Rick Hazelgrove. Next run through is Jim Cowley. Then a whole host, and have a look who's back there in the pack, working his way through as they go down the back chute. Sarah Franz holds the race lead. To the better of Daniel Henshaw. Next one behind them is Joel Berkeley in front of Neil Caldoulis. And that's a mess. I'm not sure, but from here, just perhaps that inside front tyre has gone flat in the Chris Pagel car. Quick check to the Norm Townsend car number 68. Caldoulis, Joel Berkeley, Rick Hazelgrove, Jim Cowley, Dan Cook. That's the front. Outside the Witch's Head. Go, we're racing. Have a look. Dan Henshaw is right on the hammer as they head to the top corner. Sarah Franz keeps him at bay. Daniel Henshaw. Next run through there. Caldoulis, Henshaw having a little look down on the inside. Neil Caldoulis, Joel Berkeley. Back to Rick Hazelgrove. One in all sorts of trouble high on the racetrack was Dan Cook, but he gets himself back online again. Around Pagel's corner, down the back chute. Franz making the Falcon just as big as she can. Round the hairpin and up the zinc main straight away. Sarah Franz to the better. Daniel Henshaw gives it another look down the inside. Neil Caldoulis, Joel Berkeley. Then we go back to Rick Hazelgrove and Jim Cowley into the hairpin again. Sarah Franz is still there. Neil Caldoulis has gone on an excursion in the hairpin, gets it back online. Up to the top corner, Daniel Henshaw again. Tries to poke the nose underneath. It's not going to work. Down into the hairpin corner. He moves high, tries to do a changeover. Sarah Franz has got it covered. Joel Berkeley would be the next one. Neil Caldoulis and then Rick Hazelgrove. Again, Sarah Franz is able to close that gap that's down low on the racetrack. So Sarah Franz throws it into the hairpin. Daniel Henshaw right on the hammer. Joel Berkeley would be the next one. Neil Caldoulis, Rick Hazelgrove. Here comes Daniel Henshaw again. Sarah Franz again holds him at bay. By side into the hairpin. Sarah Franz holds on. Daniel Henshaw, watch out for for Joel Berkeley. Rick Hazelgrove coming up the inside of Neil Caldoulis as they go down the back chute, and Tanya Matthews is the one that finds herself in the middle of the quick cars as they go round the hairpin. Joel Berkeley was hammered out of that one and allows Rick Hazelgrove up into position number 3. Again, Daniel Henshaw. One spinning almost right in front of them is Stephen Spence. The cars arriving very quickly on the scene. Sarah Franz to the better. Stephen Spence, he doesn't have to move out of the way. He's got to hold his line. That's all the rules say. Into the hairpin corner. Sarah Franz, Daniel Henshaw. Next one through is Rick Hazelgrove. We go back to Jim Cowley. Adrian Stott. Neil Caldoulis has had enough by the looks. Is going back into the pit area, and they're dropping like flies. Still, they're behind Stephen Spence. Up the main straightaway and under the tower. Once again, I'm telling you, he doesn't have to move out of the way as Sarah Franz shuts the door on Daniel Henshaw. Rick Hazelgrove back to Jim Cowley, and again, this time Sarah Franz gets up level with Stephen Spence. No change as they arrive at Dan Cook. Comes to the infield. Down the back straight away, having a go on the outside. Daniel Henshaw. Henshaw goes to the race lead as they're through the hairpin corner. He'll try the outside pass around Stephen Spence. Can't do it at the moment. Maybe the top corner, he'll get a little bit more drive higher on the racetrack. Daniel Henshaw goes to the race lead. Sarah Franz. Next one in there is Rick Hazelgrove and Jim Cowley as they've all gone by Stephen Spence. 6 laps remaining. Daniel Henshaw is up on Tanya Matthews once again. She goes high on the racetrack, staying out of harm's way as Dan Henshaw. Sarah Franz, Rick Hazelgrove. Next one through there is Jim Cowley up the zinc straight away. 5 laps remaining. The next car in front of them is Charlotte Christensen. Down the back straight for Daniel Henshaw. Charlotte Christensen is the car to be lapped. Here comes Rick Hazelgrove, having a little look up the inside of Sarah Franz. Not there, Jim Cowley. Next one on the racetrack will be Adrian Stott. Down the back chute for our race leader at the moment. Dan Henshaw is right up on the tail of Charlotte Christensen. Under the tower, 3 to go. Again, Charlotte does not have to move out of the road. Daniel Henshaw's got to work away to get around her. Goes to the outside. Shuts that. He comes down the inside. So Daniel Henshaw tries to put a car between himself and Sarah Franz. Rick Hazelgrove, Jim Cowley. Next one on the racetrack will still be Adrian Stott, but he's only just in the hairpin corner now. Down the back chute. The white flag will be waiting. Daniel Henshaw tosses it into the hairpin to the better of Sarah Franz. White flag. Rick Hazelgrove, Jim Cowley. Under the tower they go. Around the Pagels corner. Down the back for the final time. And it will be Daniel Henshaw taking the final in front of Sarah Franz, Rick Hazelgrove, Jim Cowley. I think you'll find next car on the racetrack will still be Adrian Stott. Wow, we started with a few and we didn't end up with too many of them, but folks, put your hands together for one of the local heroes. Daniel Henshaw, car number 10. He was second in the point score, even winning the race. He can't get enough to catch Chris Pagel, but he will finish a fine second. Sarah Franz in position number 2, and Rick Hazelgrove. Good to see him back on the racetrack into position number 3. Yeah, as he goes down the back straight, folks, yes. Put your hands together for him. Daniel Henshaw. Fabulous stuff. We'll get over here and have a quick word as the juniors roll out for their feature. But Daniel Henshaw takes the final in the SSA. Ian Botcher Race Parts.